Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Mudblood Cal here. So today, some big news in the NBA. Melo Ball has been cleared for basketball activities. This is like ridiculously big news for a lot of reasons, but we'll get into that. Before we do, please like and subscribe. I upload daily, and if you want, you can follow me on Twitter at Mudblood Cal. But let's get into it. So, Melo Ball, the presumed rookie of the year before he fractured his wrist about a month ago, maybe a little more than a month ago. He is presumed to be out for the season, but news today he's been cleared for basketball activities. He comes back to a Hornets team who only a week or two ago was the 4 seed in the Eastern Conference and now finds themselves at losing 6 of their last 10 and at 28-28. And with the Pacers at the 9 seed, just 2 games back of them. So this is definitely much needed. Melo, the timeline on his return was 7 to 10 days from now, so I would assume he's returning either against the Bucks, the Celtics, or the Pistons. The Hornets don't have a particularly difficult schedule for the rest of the year. And really, if they just win the easy games, they should have it strong enough in a couple difficult games. They should find themselves in the playoffs. The remaining opponents are at the Knicks, at the Bulls, home against the Cavs, home against the Celtics, home against the Bucks, at the Celtics, home against the Pistons, home against the Heat, at the Pistons, home against the Bulls, home against the Magic, home against the Pelicans, home against the Nuggets, home against the Clippers, and then away against the Knicks and away against the Wizards. So, not the most difficult of schedules. This should affect them definitely positively in the playoff race. And if they can do well in this last 16 or so games, they will probably find themselves, I mean, they'll still be in the play-in, but they will definitely have separated from the Pacers to have the advantage in the play-in tournament. Now, Melo Ball coming back definitely will affect some of the lineups that you'll have to see. Likely less of Devontae Graham, obviously. You'll still see plenty of Terry Rozier, who's having an absolutely just monster year, averaging 20 points. Gordon Hayward, who's out right now, will be back. He was injured about 2 weeks ago. The timeline was at least 4 weeks. So if he's back as soon as possible, we will likely see him. I'd say probably for the games against the Magic and the Pelicans in early May on the 7th and the 9th. But if they want to make a push in the playoffs, they definitely need him. If they remain the 8 seed, which I trust they will, I don't see them passing the Heat. And the Knicks, Celtics, and Hawks have all definitely begun to make some space. We'll see if they can continue to do that. Knicks right now on a 6-game winning streak. Speaking of winning streaks, the Wizards are 4. If they can keep that up, they might earn themselves a video. I was going to make one before the All-Star break when they were on fire, won like 8 straight. Looked like they were going to put themselves in a playoff position. Then they kind of folded. We'll see. What's the Heat schedule? Doesn't look particularly difficult. The end's a bit tough. Definitely some losable games, but for their next 6 games or so, those are all games I expect them to win. Although the Hawks on Friday night, the 23rd, should be pretty good. But yeah, Terry Rozier is having a monster year, averaging 20 points per game. He's single-handedly right now, with Gordon Hayward out, just carrying this team to a playoff berth. So good on him. Hopefully they'll get Gordon Hayward back as soon as possible. Devontae Graham's averaging 14 points per game, which is not what you expect from him based on last season, even though he has had about a 6-minute drop. He's averaging about 4 less points per game, which actually that's quite fair. So, we won't diss Devontae Graham. That's a pretty dangerous guard tandem. I really like PJ Washington. He's getting the job done for them. But yeah, Hornets have some room to make themselves contenders. Looking at the Eastern Conference as a whole, I think the Cavs, Magic, and Pistons are finished. I think the Wizards still have a chance, definitely to get to that 10 spot. I mean, they're only like a game back right now, not even. What are they? They're a game back with a game in hand, and on a 4-game win streak. I can see a world where they find themselves as the 10 seed going up against maybe the Heat or someone in one of the play-in games. At the top, though, yeah, Hawks, Celtics, and Knicks making the push up right now. Knicks on a 6-game winning streak are on fire. Julius Randle is really hot, definitely the most improved player. There's not really anyone else you can make a strong case for besides Julius Randle. I saw someone say he should be the MVP. I'm not willing to go that far. Even said that someone said Julius Randle had should have twice the MVP hype that Steph Curry has, or I guess two times more deserving, which is just incorrect with how good Steph's been. No disrespect to Randle, though. If you look at the Western Conference, focusing on the play-in games, right now the Kings and the Thunder both pretty much eliminated themselves, leaving the Thunder, Spurs, Warriors, and Grizzlies and Mavericks. I guess you can throw the Trailblazers in there, all jockeying it out. Pelicans, Spurs, and Warriors still not necessarily for sure they'll get in, especially the Pelicans, who are like 5 games back of the Spurs, maybe. Something along those lines. It does look as though the Pelicans have played quite a few more games. They're 2 games back. Yeah, 2 games back, with the Spurs having 2 games in hand. It's not looking good for the Pelicans. Maybe they can throw together a streak. If we look at their schedule, that's Magic Spurs. Spurs game would be a big one, but this is a pretty rough schedule. But maybe the Pelicans are good enough to do it. I doubt it, but you never know. If we think about the Rookie of the Year race, obviously it was pretty much presumed at this point that it'd be Anthony Edwards getting the award. But it was definitely going to be Lonzo before he got hurt. So we'll see what happens. I think Lonzo has a really strong chance to make a run at it, especially if he can have the Hornets make a run in the playoffs. Obviously, that won't happen, but if they can take a team to maybe 6 games, whether it be like the Nets or the Sixers, I mean, it'd be fun to watch. The Hornets are a really fun team to watch already, so you throw that in with the offensive firepower of both the 76ers and the Nets. That could be fun. Although, let me see what Anthony Edwards is averaging real fast. If it's comparable to a certain Lonzo Ball. Obviously, Anthony Edwards on a much worse team, but the Timberwolves have looked good. I think they've got a really strong core going into the future. He's averaging 20 points per game. That's pretty solid. 3 assists, and I don't quite see the rebounds. It looks like about 5 rebounds per game total. So pretty solid, but I think Melo's got a better case. I hope I didn't say. I think I might have said Lonzo earlier too. I hope I did. Um, but yeah, we'll have to see. It'll be fun to see. Hopefully, best of luck to the Hawks. They definitely have a good shot to make a run of it. Might make a second video today, talking about more soccer. European Super Leagues got some big news just pouring out of it. But yeah, leave a like and subscribe. I will see you tomorrow, and peace.